In this example, we're going to go over two examples to show you how to lock individual cells or mixed cells. So, for example, let's say that we want to figure out what is the tax we're going to pay on the total amount of cells that we made. So because the sales tax is 7.5 and it's an individual cell, I basically want to take this cell and calculate with each item to calculate the sales tax. Now, so what I want to do is I'm going to press enter and I'm going to grab the total, multiply it by the sales tax. Then I'm going to press enter. Now, if I just leave the formula as is and I try to copy the formula down, I'm going to get incorrect values. Because if you look at the second cell, the second cell is locked in an empty cell. So what I want to do is I want to lock this cell in the first cell before I copy. And the way that I'm going to do that is I'm going to click on the formula tab and I want to place a $sign in front of the number, just like that. And the reason why I place it in front of the number is because I want to lock the row. I want to lock row 10 because I'm gonna drag downward, and I want to make sure that I stay on row 10. I don't want to go to row 11. So now that I have that, let's go ahead and press a $sign, enter, and now I should be able to click and drag. And just double check. I can click on the second product, double check my formula, and you see that my sales tax has been locked because I placed a $sign in front of the number, which locks row 10. Now let's go over a more complicated example. In this table, I want to basically calculate the different measurements from the width and the length. And the reason I want to do this is if I show you this formula here, I'm basically multiplying B3 times BC. So I want to basically multiply BC by every column, which would be C, D, E, and F, without moving the B cell. So if you look at the formula, I've placed a $sign in front of the letter because I want to lock the columns. So for example, if I click and drag this formula, my cells lock column B because I placed a $sign in front of the letter, which locks the columns. And I can pretty much just double check that all the measurements are locked to column B. Now, if you notice the formula, I also put a $sign in front of the second cell, which is C2, and I put a $sign in front of the 2 because I also want to lock the rows, right? So now that I have both of my $signs locking the columns across and the rows across, I can pretty much now just select the cells and click and drag the formula down to the bottom, and that gives me the accurate measurements. So remember, if you want to lock the columns, you're going to put a $sign in front of the letter. If you want to lock the rows, you're gonna put a $sign in front of the number. Now, if you want to lock both the columns and the rows at the same time, then make sure that you put a $sign in front of the letter and in front of the number. And again, I forgot to do this when we did the sales tax, and now I can pretty much just click and drag. And if you look at my formula, I put a $sign in front of the letter and the row and the number to lock the rows, the columns, and the rows. Hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment down below, and thanks for watching.